Well, fall is an important time for lawn care, but what about your trees? Dr. Rodney St. joins us this morning to talk about the importance of fall tree care. I was reading a little bit about this with you, and you're kind of a, you're kind of a late bloomer when it comes to fertilizing trees. It wasn't something you necessarily had learned in your academic life.
Right. On all my years at Iowa State and Kansas State, we saw lots of research presentations, and they always said, don't fertilize your trees. If you fertilize the lawn, they'll get all the nutrients they need from your lawn fertilizer, so you don't need to fertilize your trees. They'll do just fine.
Right.
And then after I joined Ryan Lawn and Tree and started having my trees fertilized, it was quite amazing to see the difference. Now I'm a definitely true believer in having my trees root fed every fall, and they've done fantastic at my house.
Because you've been in your house about 15 years, and,
Yep.
and you can see from the one-year-old trees in your yard to the 15-year-old trees, this really makes a difference.
Yeah, it definitely makes a big difference. I mean, I've got a nice maple tree that I planted in when I moved in my house about 10 years ago. My neighbors were about 15 years, so my one tree is a little bit different in age, but my maple tree is the same size as their maple tree, so it's definitely improved.
Wow.
I don't have any nice pictures. I wish I could show you that here's a tree that we have not fertilized, and here's a tree right beside it that we did fertilize. I don't have any nice side by side.
You can see it when you drive through lawn,
Yes.
through neighborhoods out there.
Yep, and my trees, our customers' trees, absolutely. It's definitely something I believe in.
And you've said root fertilizing.
Right.
And that is an important word there, root fertilizing.
Right.
What is that, and what makes it important?
So we're injecting the fertilizer right in the ground. We have a big metal probe that will stick in the ground and squirt a customized formula of fertilizer into the ground, and it spreads out underneath the ground rather than spreading it out on top of the ground or like a lawn fertilizer. So it's going right into the soil where the roots need it.
And why is that better? On the surface, it just sounds like it would automatically be better, but what is it about that surface fertilizer that doesn't quite do the job?
So when we've talked about this a lot in the past, I think, where tree roots are in that same root zone area where the grass roots are. So, the tree roots aren't way deep in the ground, so they're right here. So if you put the fertilizer on top of the soil, the grass is going to steal some of that fertilizer and not give all of it to the trees. And likewise, you can buy these fertilizer spikes.
Yeah, I was going to ask about those. That seems like it'd be a great idea.
Right. I mean, so the same type of thing, right? Pound the fertilizer just like I told you. Let's put the fertilizer in the soil. But the problem with those spikes are they usually don't go in very deep. They break off, and then it's a concentrated salt fertilizer, and then as the roots grow near it, it's actually too concentrated, and it burns the ends of the roots off, and the roots from the tree do not absorb that fertilizer out of that spike. So you end up with just dark green spots in the yard, and the tree doesn't get any of that fertilizer anyway.
So is every kind of tree good for this, or are there certain trees that really call for it more than others?
Well, usually it's going to be most beneficial for younger trees.
Right.
I mean, you get into mature trees, and you might not get the most bang for your buck. And so where is that line? How old of a tree? Any tree, back to your original question, any tree can benefit from this, whether it's a maple or oak or whatever. The fertilizer will help, but really the big question is on the age. So, arborists might say, 15, 25 years. It really kind of depends on the shape of your tree, what you're going for, and the health of that tree. Maybe that tree was growing in a poor spot and not fertilized for 10 years, and so it's weak and not very mature and didn't get to the size you want. So start fertilizing that 10-year-old tree and you'll get some improvement. My oldest tree in my backyard is a 15-year-old pin oak tree, and I've been fertilizing for the last 4 years, and I'll probably continue to fertilize it for another 4 or 5 years because I want to get it to fill out faster.
We've only got about 30 seconds left, but when should we be doing this?
The best time to do this is in the fall because now it's absorbing that nutrients and storing it into the root system, into the tree's tissues, so that next spring can send us a nice big flush of growth. That's
wonderful. A lot of good information there, and you can call 913-381-1505 for a free proposal or visit ryanlawn.com and learn more about it. And remember, it's that root feeding that really is important, and we appreciate all the information.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Very good.